Hello world, I'm Everett, and this is Practical Python. In this video, we'll talk about data used in programs. Programs are all about data, and changing the data. After our program runs, we want to get data that's useful, or data that did something for us. Data is all over the place in code, so how do we keep track of it? Well, we make a little box, and we label it, and we put something inside it. Now, inside my program, I can pass around that label, and when everyone sees the label, they look in that box, and they find Marshmallow, the data. Now, as it turns out in Python, there's no cats or boxes, but we have variables. A variable is just a box with something inside it that we made a name for. Let's head over to our editor, and let's make a program to play around with. To create variables, all we do is make a name for it, and then assign some value to it. I could give it a number, like my age. I could give it some words. Maybe I could give it a list of my favorite anime. I could also give it another variable. The idea here is that everywhere my variable pops up in code, it acts as a substitute for the value assigned to it. We'll talk more about this in expressions. Now, these values can be changing, hence the name variable. I could have called my channel C++ is for suckers. As you can see, Python is on board with that. Same variable, but a new value when evaluated in the code. So what kinds of things are we storing in these variables? There's no cats in Python, but we could build a picture of one using ints. Look at that. We can talk about them using strings. We can think of names for them in lists. We have all these different types of data in Python, and each one has unique attributes, like what happens when I add them, or how they're stored in my computer's RAM. Python assumes the type when I make a variable assignment, and that's called dynamic typing if you're a nerd. Here's a bunch of different types in Python. As a matter of fact, it's all of the ones that we have in the base language. Here's what they're all called, and here's what happens when you add them to themselves. Cool stuff. Now, sometimes we want to change the type of a variable without changing the data. Let's say I have two ints, and I want to combine them into a two-digit number. We could do some math here, but what if I don't know how long each number is? Well, since concatenation is what I'm looking for here, we can just use the addition operator on each int casted as a string. Now our code works like a charm. Typecasting can be useful, and in Python it's fairly easy, but watch out for things like converting words to ints. It doesn't always end well. Unlike this video. It's been great learning with you all. Thanks for watching. Drop things in the comments. I'd like to know what's happening with you all, or if I can clarify anything. Now, go build some code. I'll see you all next time.